Have you ever wondered why countless men are struggling to find romance and physical intimacy with women despite their efforts? Have you ever pondered why the digital age deepens men's loneliness instead of helping them attain real, romantic, and intimate connections with beautiful women? Get ready, gentlemen, because today we're going to delve into a serious problem that many men seem to have that is really a heartbreaker. And that is the problem of loneliness and not having any intimate relations with women. The slang word for this is incel, which means a male who is involuntarily celibate. This would refer primarily to heterosexual males who desire a romantic and sexual relationship with a woman and are unable to get one. Highlighting this problem is a really heartbreaking short post from a Reddit user who goes by the name AnyAd436, who sadly notes,
I'm 24 male. I've never had a girlfriend and I've never had physical intimate relations. I am so lonely. More than anything, I just want to change the situation and get a girlfriend. Can anyone help?
His desperate call for help led to many suggestions, some good, others meh. One user named Bing Bong Brit offered this advice.
Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, if I was the kind of woman I find attractive, would I date me? If the answer is yes, then work on your social skills. If the answer is no, work on your appearance.
Bing Bong Brit then goes on to offer a long list of items our lonely poster guy should do, but then summed it up with this short advice.
My short-form advice is for you to smell good all the time, go to the gym regularly, and most importantly, go make a fool of yourself. Women love confidence. You can get away with a lot if you have confidence and exude a sense of purpose.
Well, I'm not sure what Bing Bong Brit meant when he said go make a fool of yourself. If he meant that our lonely boy should take chances in approaching women and being rejected, then yeah, I'm all for that. But Bing Bong Brit also said something that makes a lot of sense, but struck a chord with many users. He advised our lonely boy don't be poor. Well, yup, I think we could all agree with that too. But here's the problem that many young men face. In today's economy, it can be difficult to attain a degree of financial sustainability for many. Do you agree with that? Leave your comments below. I personally think that may be partly true, but if it is, then it is a solvable problem in most Western countries, particularly in the United States. If a guy failed to get a professional high-paying career, he can easily go to truck driving school and in less than 2 months get a high-paying job as a truck driver. It may not be his dream career, but then again, maybe it could be. Who knows? In any event, that would definitely solve the money problem if that is the main obstacle our lonely 24-year-old boy is facing. But the problem is, folks, that many young guys are underachieving financially. Reddit user Springsteen Games notes,
I'm in a similar boat here, and as far as a house or apartment goes, how is anyone under 30 affording the rent? I make $2,400 a month and rent is $1,800 a month if you live in the ghetto.
Hey, Springsteen Games, are you in a similar boat? Are you also unable to find a girlfriend because you are barely financially self-sufficient? Listen, my friend, don't be offended, but let me ask you this. If you were a girl, would you want to date a guy who could barely support himself? I mean, come on, man. There are plenty of exceptions. For example, if you are attending college and working part-time and look like you might have a good future ahead, but really, what you need to understand, guys, is that women are evolutionarily and biologically hardwired to subconsciously desire a man who can physically provide for them and their offspring. And this is a good thing. Would you want your daughter to be dating a guy who could barely scrape by and had no gumption to better himself? A Reddit user named AbilityRough5180 had this thoughtful observation.
It's a mix of multiple factors, some of which are in your control or not, some of which are your fault or not. I can understand you feel lost. However, you need to start doing one thing at a time.
But gentlemen, money and looks are not always the problem. Here's a Reddit user by the name of a 19-year-old LOL who frustratingly notes,
I'm 19 and it feels hopeless sometimes. People say be yourself and work on yourself, but I feel I'm at a very good spot. I love myself, got a car, got a job, take care of myself, hygiene, have hobbies and interests, yet nothing. People will tell me to go join clubs or go to coffee shops, but it's not that easy to just flip a switch and be the most social person.
wow, he's only 19 and seems to have a lot going for him, yet he has no girlfriend. He identifies his problem as being his inability to be what he calls a social person, but that is an absolute requirement for most women. My initial response would be, first off, it's fantastic that you're in a good spot with self-love, a job, a car, and hobbies. These are solid foundations. Building on that, developing self-confidence and social skills can be a gradual process but very rewarding. I would follow up then, advising him to first start small. If jumping into social clubs or coffee shop conversations seems too much, begin with smaller social settings. Maybe a workshop or a class related to one of your hobbies. It's a structured way to meet people with similar interests and can feel less intimidating. Also, you should work diligently on improving your social skills. Practice makes perfect. Try engaging in brief conversations daily, even if it's just a small chat with a cashier or a coworker. This can help build your confidence in social interactions gradually. Then, my advice is to be open to rejection. It's part of the process and happens to everyone. Try not to take it personally. Each interaction is a learning experience and helps you grow. And he should reflect and adjust. After social interactions, reflect on what went well and what could be improved. Adjust your approach accordingly for next time. Remember, developing these skills takes time and patience with yourself. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. And in terms of meeting girls, these environments can naturally facilitate connections without the pressure of needing to make a romantic connection right away. Keep nurturing your interests and stepping out of your comfort zone at your own pace. But what do you think, guys? What do you think our lonely young men should do if they seem to have nothing going on for them? Have you ever had an incel crisis? What did you do to get you out of your slump and into the world of beautiful, romantic, and physically intimate relationships with beautiful women? And why do you think we have such an incel crisis nowadays with so many young men? Leave your comments below. We love hearing from you, and perhaps someone else in our community could benefit from learning they're not alone, or how you solved your incel problem. We thank you for joining us today and remind you that you are absolutely fabulous, and yes, you are loved.